Cord. Oh my god. All right. So, all right. God damn it. Now we're recording. I never hit the goddamn record button because I was so excited earlier. Well, we're gonna start for this now. We got James Bobo with us here, guys. Hey, I had a recording earlier that I completely messed up and didn't hit the record button. So yeah, before I didn't hit the record button, we were talking about New York Comic Con and everything else like that, and meeting him. And gosh dang, that's all that time though. That's all that missing. But well, we're gonna have fun with it now with what we have.
Yeah.
God,
I was gonna say I didn't see that record like light up. I was wondering, but I figured, well, you know what you're doing.
You think that? No, a little rusty, and gosh dang it. Well, anywho, we will make do with what we have. You know, intro. Yeah, here's James Bobo, the guy who's awesome. And if he likes it, Bigfoot likes it too. All that fun stuff. Yeah. All right, you and me, I got a little bit of a gripe with you, Bobo, just a little bit. So
I don't blame you.
Back in, I think it was 2021, the first Cryptid Con in Kentucky after COVID. All four of you from Finding Bigfoot were supposed to go there, and I was like, oh my god, they're all gonna be there. Like, now I have to go. So we went, and of course before you canceled, I was like, dang it, Bobo, you're the one main person I wanted to see again after all this time, and you weren't there. What is going on? But I told
them I wasn't going to go. They thought they were going to talk me into showing up, and then I didn't go. And I was like, I told you I wasn't coming.
I was like, no, that's so not fair. Because I was so, obviously, of course, I was so looking forward to seeing you guys all again. Of course, I saw Matt, Renee, and Cliff, and everything else like that. Renee was so happy to see me, gave me a giant hug, because obviously remembering back from the New York Comic Con days and everything like that. But after I heard what you were doing and what happened, I'm giving you a bit of a slide for it that one time.
Thank you.
Just that one time. Because you were doing that documentary with Mark Marcel, correct?
Yeah.
And Mark was actually the first guest I actually had on this show.
He was?
He was the very first guest. We actually recorded it live in my hotel room at CryptidCon a couple of years ago.
No way.
Yeah. So
this is called Cryptid Talk. Is that the whole title?
Yeah, Cryptid Talk. And then we met him at CryptidCon, in Kentucky.
I love Mark. I'm going to talk to him tonight.
Oh, are you? Oh, we'll tell him. I said, hey, I talk to him every so often too. Him and I are like best buds.
Really?
Yeah. We chat with him every so often. He said that if we're ever up and around in his area, that he will be more than happy to lodge us if we ever visit him.
Be careful. Be careful what you wish for.
Trust me, we've hung. The last time we were in Kentucky, her and I bought drinks with him. So we bought dinner for him. So we've hung out with Mark. So trust me, me and Mark are tight.
No, I've stayed at those places. They're a little sketchy.
A little sketchy. Well, if you can survive it, Bobo, I think I can survive it as well.
I'm not sure I survived it. I think I'm suffering the consequences.
Like PTSD from it.
No, it was just there was a pretty good black mold, like an outbreak going. Because his place in Washington is up on the coast. It's on the peninsula, surrounded by water, and then it's the whole bottom downstairs is that aquarium.
Yeah,
there's just so much moisture in that place. It's old, So I definitely. My buddy stayed there with me a couple times, and then this place in Portland too is the same thing. It had a black mold problem that was definitely affected my lungs and stuff.
Yeah, but I will say the one thing I definitely will thank you for in getting us to Kentucky is all the connections with people we've had. Like, we are good friends, like best friends, with the guys from Mountain Monsters.
Who?
All of them. Like, Wild Bill loves us. Whenever we see him, he's like, my friends. He has breakfast with us whenever we go to Kentucky and everything. A few of them are actually going to be nearby us at there's a little Paracon at a state penitentiary nearby us in May, and we're going to go see them then. and they'll be like, you guys are in our neck of the woods.
Yeah, I love those guys.
No, they are fantastic. Wild Bill is such a ride. Like the last time we saw him, we actually bought a cake for him for his birthday because
Nice.
his birthday was the same weekend as CryptidCon that year, and he was like, dude, you almost brought a tear to my eye.
He's so funny.
I know he is so great. He is so great. But yeah, so all the connections that we made with those people, like a bunch of vendors. I also met we also met a friend who's a good painter of who does really good paintings. Who we have a bunch of his paintings. He's also the one who did the cover for the book I'm writing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm,
Who's
I'm
that?
doing I'm doing a Bigfoot book. His name's Tim.
Okay.
Let's see. TK Williams. Hold on, I'll get you the exact thing in a moment. Yeah, yeah. TW Williams Fine Arts, and he does these really cool like acrylic like oil paintings where he hides Bigfoot in the paintings.
Okay.
They're so cool. They're really good. And I actually asked him if he could make the cover for my book, and he did an amazing job of it. I have the painting right over here, and so now it's just me just doing the book, and then having the awesome cover for it.
What's the book? What's it called?
So I will tell you. I'll text you the name of it afterwards, kind of thing. But more or less, I actually got the idea from it from when I saw Cliff the first time in Kentucky, and I asked him like, "Hey, like my girlfriend's just getting into cryptid like Bigfoot and everything." I was like, "Where can I send her like to start getting this information?" He's like, "I don't really know." It's like because the information is like all over the place. There's not one specific site that you can go to learn all the different theories and evidence and stuff like that. So I'm like, huh, I actually, what? I should write a book that's nothing huge or anything significant, but a simple book that pretty much just says like, all right, here's all the theories of Bigfoot. Then you decide, what do you think? Just simple as that. Not trying to convince anyone or anything like that. Here's the facts of what we know or the theories, and then let the reader decide of what they believe Bigfoot truly is. Sure, so I'll put some of the more outlandish ones out there and stuff like that, but overall. But I think it's honestly a good idea. I even told Matt Pruitt about it, and he thought that was actually a good idea as well, because there is nothing that like that exists of all this information in one collective place. Instead of you scouring hours and hours and hours over the internet trying to learn all of
Right.
them. So I think it's honestly a pretty good idea, and a bunch of people have done it, and I got a lot of support from people and everything. So yeah, so obviously, of course, when the time does come when it is done, obviously I'm going to send you, Cliff, and Matt copies.
Cool.
Obviously, I'm still in the early ass the stages of it, so I'm hoping within the year, something like that, because it's not going to be a very long book. Just here's all the information, maybe 100 pages, maybe more, maybe less. Just here's all the info, then go crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll and it all started with me wanting to see you guys in Kentucky. So I will thank you for that at least.
I'll take full credit.
Oh, there you go, fellow. You weren't there, and you're taking all the credits. So all right, we'll get this out of the way real quick. So I think the last time when I think Mark was on it, on your guys' podcast and everything, he asked about it. Is the documentary that you and Mark working on still coming?
It's yeah, we're trying to reorganize right now. It's just we had so much issues, dude, with the um just the editing, like and some of the stuff didn't get filmed properly, and like sound was off on like one of the cameras for a bunch of the shoot, and not
Oh,
off, but I mean like it wasn't good enough, um and then just switching it back and like sending like files back and forth and using different the and then that the Adobe suite for that year was totally screwed up. Like everyone, like it was all over Reddit. It was a huge problem. Like tons of people were losing work, and like it was a big deal. And we were one of those people.
oh,
Yeah, it was just. I mean, if we would have, went with, um, you know, just one set of people, and like everyone was on whatever they were on, like a Mac or a PC, and everyone was on the same page with that, and not trading files and like transferring it over to like different platform and formats, and then the weirdest thing was we lost some stuff. We lost several chunks of the movie, dude, on 3 hard drives, the 3 or 4 hard drives. Like they
No.
all just, yeah, they all lost the same shit. Like it was
Oh.
crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's terrible.
So yeah, it's just it's a financial thing now. Like we were just talking to some of the other guys that they were gonna try to put it all together and get it going as good as they, get it back on track. But it's just it's expensive, man. Like I spent all the last of all my money on it, and well, is what happened was when COVID hit, it really screwed us up, dude. Like with the film
Yeah.
permits and like the West Coast too was crazy. Like there was such they fell for that BS hook, line, and sinker. Like no going outside, like can't be in the woods. And so that then so we started doing so we couldn't film on national forest, which was where we were filming. So then we started doing. Well, I started doing. I ended up working on 5 other documentaries at the same time, like just started over. So like, well, at least we'll have this in the bag, like because like I'd shoot different, like depending where I was, and then it just got overstretched. So they just came out on Tubi. 3 of the movies that I never finished, the production company just like AI them and put them out like that, like which is kind of still there's some cool stuff to it, but yeah, on Tubi it's called like Bobo's Bigfoot Encounters of the Fourth Kind or something
Okay.
on Tubi. They came out like a couple nights ago.
On Tubi. Okay, cool. Okay. We'll have to look that up later. That might be a nice little movie night for us tomorrow.
Yeah, it's nothing great. Like it's that I mean that part's we filmed that part like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. And the guy got sick of waiting for me, so he just slapped it in the AI, and then spit it out. So I was kind of bummed on that. It's kind of like the AI, like that AI announcer, that annoying AI voice, and like that
Yeah.
crappy like heavy metal guitar music, like
Yeah, I hear you there. But yeah, obviously, yeah, I'll definitely check that. Even if it's, you say it's okay, I still want to check it out regardless. Because obviously, anything that involves anyone in the Bigfoot community that I care for and respect so much, obviously, I want to try to support them in some way. So if watching it in some way helps you, even like the tiniest bit of you getting a cent out of it or anything, or just getting the views, obviously, of course, I'll try to support my friend as much as I possibly can.
yeah, I haven't posted it or anything.
Not something you're fully proud of. You're like, here it is. Go crazy.
Yeah, and I'm mad at myself for like getting it to that point,
Yeah.
because the guy I was working with, the production company, he's huge, dude. He's produced, I don't know, several like 4 years ago. He literally owned over 45% of all cryptid, conspiracy, UFO, and paranormal like content on the web. Like when you go to
Hmm.
like Tubi or whatever, any of those platforms, he owns a bunch of different production companies. Like his whole thing is just he would pump out like 4 to 10 features a week. He's like they'd go out and shoot a movie in 3 to 4 days, come back in, do 2 days in the editing booth, and then just slap it out. Plant like their whole deal was like, he'd spend 10, 12 grand making the movie, and then it would bring back like in 30, 40,000, 20,000, whatever. And so it was like just like it was like a formula just to like crank out like tons of like I think he owns over 5,000 titles.
Wow.
Yeah, so like and then I didn't want to do that, so I was putting my own money into it, and then that ran out because I didn't think it was if the COVID hadn't hit, we would have been cool.
I know COVID came at the worst time for so many things. I'm glad that Cliff's Museum survived because it just
Barely,
opened that year.
barely.
But Cliff did it. He did an amazing job and kept it up. Kept it up.
Yeah,
That's crazy. So all right.
yeah.
So
But
let's
he
see.
got an inheritance. So when his parents died, so that's what really saved it. It wasn't like the museum was doing well enough
Re-
or anything.
really? Wow. Wow. Yeah. Because I that's on my bucket list to see Cliff's Museum someday. Whenever
Let's
I
kill it.
get to the West Coast.
Yeah, that's worth seeing for sure. You got to see it.
Yeah, because I've seen the pictures of it and everything, and especially when the Ape Canyon stuff was there, from the Siege of Ape Canyon documentary by Small Town Monsters. Got a good look at the inside, and it looked so. Even though it looked smallish size, it still looked good for what he did. He does good with the space he was given to make that work.
Dude, he's looking at getting something like 5 times bigger right now.
Hell yeah! I mean, with the passing of Doctor Meldrum, you'll need as much space you possibly can for all that.
He's got the Grover Krantz, Dr. Krantz's collection. He's got Dr. Meldrum's collection. He's got Paul Freeman's collection. Uh
Holy crap!
he's got a few others. I think like Wes Summerlin and he's got a few like of like the what else does he have? He has yeah, he ended up getting. Oh God, I forgot their collect. They didn't like cast and all. Like they just bought and collected all this stuff. I forgot their last name, but they owned a bunch of like memorabilia stuff, like like original casts and
Yeah.
stuff like stuff from Roger and Bob, whatever.
Wow.
They donated that to Cliff.
That's. I mean, Cliff's. I think Cliff's museum is going to be one of the most important and most historical things that are going to be. It's going to be around. I would think, say, forever in the Bigfoot community and everything. Just on how much
Yeah,
history and important stuff it has in there. Like all those names you said, I clearly know all of them, and I know how big and important like all those people were. Especially when I actually, for luckily for me, I actually met Dr. Meldrum for the first time last year.
cool. Where
He was in New Jersey, and since we're in southeastern Pennsylvania, we weren't far from there. When I saw that he was going to be there, I brought his one book with me. The goodness gracious, I cannot remember which book it is now, but I brought one of his books I bought from like Barnes and Noble like years ago, and I
Would you
brought
need
it
to
with
sign
me.
it?
Yes, thank you. Gosh dang, I forgot that. How dumb me forget that one. Yes, I brought that book with me for him to sign and got a picture with him, and it was one of the most amazing things ever. And then, of course, when the day came, I actually didn't go to work the following day because
Oh yeah, when he passed.
he like Dr. Meldrum was probably one of the first real people in the Bigfoot community I ever really like noticed, especially and all because of Monster Quest, because he was in the very first episode with the Bigfoot attack in the cabin and everything, and that's when I first met him, and then of course and everything after I've been following him of everything. Obviously, of course, like I only met him the one time, but I've admired him for years and his work and everything. So, of course, I was very upset about it. Of course, obviously, I bet you guys who knew him personally a lot more than I did, obviously were more hurt. So obviously, Bobo, from the bottom of my heart, and to Cliff and Matt as well, I am deeply sorry for Dr. Meldrum passing away.
Thanks. Yeah, it hit hard. I mean, it still hits hard. I was just talking to Cliff 2 days ago about like, man, like we were just saying like how much we really miss Jeff.
Yeah, especially since I'm so looking forward to Legend Meets Science 2. I supported that on Kickstarter, and I'm so excited for that. And then when I saw the update email about like all the stuff they had planned for Dr. Meldrum after the fact that they can't do anymore, it's like,
Right.
gosh, because obviously since he was such a part of the first one, that obviously of course he'd be in with the second one, and I'm like, that's yeah, that was a tough day. It's a tough day for sure.
Yeah, it was
I
kind of left field.
know, I just, at least for me, it was just sudden, just boom.
It was sudden for everyone, dude. It freaking fell down on a Thursday and he was dead Tuesday.
Jeez. Yeah. But on a lighter note, on Christmas, um, because I think I said Matt, I had Matt Pruitt as a guest on here last year.
Uh huh.
And on Christmas, he actually gifted me a 1 year uh, pigeon membership.
Yep.
So I am now, and I've been an honorary pigeon for a bit now.
And again, I was the one that told him to get you to put you on there.
Wait,
You're
that
one of the first. I think you might have been the first person we gave a membership to, because before we could never give out memberships, like they wouldn't let us, and now I think we can give out 10 or something.
why'd you suggest Matt to do that?
because you're our first fan and always loyal.
Oh, God damn it, guys! I love you guys so much. But yeah, when he told me, he's like, I was like, oh, it's like, oh, Merry Christmas, man. I was like, hey, Michael, what's your email? I'm gonna send you something. Okay. Send him my email, and then I looked at it and I'm like, Matt, you son of a bitch, what is this?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, but man, you. Of course, man, I am the first for a lot of you guys. I got in the normal way of saying that.
Right. Right. Yeah. I got
But
you.
wow, that's cool. But all right, enough about some of that. Because obviously, of course, I could have a chit chat with you about a bunch of stuff for forever. Because you're one of the best people in the world, Bobo. But let's talk a little bit squatchy today. Kind of thing. How's your recent Bigfoot adventure going for you?
Pretty slow. I mean, well, I heard. I was up. I did 5 days, 4 nights out last week, and we had a break at school, and I heard driving up there that first night out in the mountains. I pulled over to take a leak, and I heard a squatch calling in the distance, and it went on for several minutes, and then I was all excited, like, oh man, maybe they'll come into camp, because it was a couple miles away, but it could have got to where we were camped like pretty easily. So we were up there, and then nothing came in that we know of for the whole. And I was up pretty much every night, all night. Bart was with us, so we had really good thermals. Like we had all pulsar, like
Oh,
1240 by 1060, whatever resolution, like really good, like.
oh, that's pretty cool. That's nice. You got the high end stuff with Bart. God damn.
Yeah, for sure. But because it just feels like you're wasting your time if you go without it.
Yeah, I've got the therm I have with I'm pretty happy with. I got the BFRO therm
I got one
for
of those.
I'm honestly it's for what it is for just a little over $1,000. I'm actually pretty happy with it.
Dude, it's killer for that. I mean, for what you pay, it's the best deal.
It really is.
But I mean, yeah. But once you use those like $7,000 units or $15,000 units, those ones you just feel like you're wasting your time with.
I mean, hey, if you want to send me, a $17,000 therm, and I won't say no, but
Me
I'm
neither.
but yeah, but I'm for what it is and for the price of everything. Yeah, I've been very happy with it. Like the fact that I can literally put my hand on a tree, look through the therm, and I can see my handprint on the tree still. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they're better than nothing. That's for sure. I mean, and for the money, they're the best value out there, probably.
For sure, instead of spending like the $600 and like, hey, look at that blob over there, isn't that neat?
Right.
At least I can tell over there, like, oh, that's a deer, or that's a this or
Right.
that, kind of thing. So
Yeah, because those FLIR scouts are just the TKs are just terrible. Those are the biggest waste of money ever.
that's what I heard. That's actually, honestly, that's one of the things I learned from finding Bigfoot was watching, like seeing like oh, you like these therms aren't that good. We get these ones though, and we used to, you guys are using like actually like good like FLIR ones. Like it's like all right, those are the good ones, but it's like I got this $600 one. It's really not worth it, kind of thing. So I learned a lot from finding Bigfoot from back in the day. Like finding Bigfoot was literally the show that like got my love of Bigfoot and just amplified it. To like I always had an interest in it in like cryptozoology and the paranormal and stuff like that, but finding Bigfoot just made Bigfoot like my top priority.
Yeah, cool.
And like because I haven't seen one yet, but I have had a few things happen. Like I've told you guys in a few of the Q&A episodes and everything.
Right.
I I still that wonder that what if that one I told you guys about that I might have like disturbed one in New Jersey just a little bit across from me, and I'm like I always wonder, but what if? Because I've talked to a few people who are hunters, and they say that normally even a big buck doesn't sound heavy when it's getting up. So
Right.
that because that was the big thing that really made me think is like the white, which again could have easily just been its tail going if I was running, but the fact that it just sounded so heavy, that's the thing that just sticks to me. For all I know, it could have just been a really heavy buck. For all I know, but I know there's been Bigfoot activity in that area. I found a possible juvenile track just across the trail from there. So, and one was seen like a mile south a year prior. I found the possible track. So it's possible, but again, I'll never know for sure. Part of me,
Yeah,
part Yeah, part of me
it's in
really
your
wishes.
head.
Yeah, part of me really wishes I walked over to that area to see if there was anything, but the ground was it was a dry day, so if it did walk across something, there may not have been any heavy imprints. But part of me wishes I kind of just sucked it up and just went over there just to check.
Yeah, yeah. I'm back on that tip because I got so jaded. Like, oh, it's nothing. I don't need to go over there and look. And now I'm like, yeah, I gotta go look.
Yeah, because I like, what if I did look? Like, what if?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I still like the whole thing. But like, hey, I like you said, like, well, you can think about the fact that you might have saw one. I mean, like, or you're that close to one. Like, maybe. I mean, I've had one grunt at me, one thrown a rock at me, and then
How close to the rock land?
I don't from where it was. I think the rock landed like practically like right next to me, and then on the trail we were on, there was like more like a dirt road, but behind me it sloped down. So I heard like a thud next to me, and then I heard it rolling down the hill behind me.
Rolling.
Like whatever it was, or like just like I could hear like going down the little hill behind me.
Uh-huh.
So I was moving down there. I was like, I heard it, and I looked over, and I'm like, there's nothing. And some of the people I were with, that were probably maybe like 20, 30 yards from me. I was like, was that you? And I'm like, I look over to them. I'm like, I think I just got a rock thrown at me. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty interesting. And then and then on our very last, like, and this was also during a BFRO expedition too.
Oh, you went on a BFR expedition?
I've gone on two.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you went on BFRO.
Yeah, the one I went to was they're both in Pennsylvania ones. I'm going on another Pennsylvania. Actually, if you go on to the BFRO website right now, and look at the Pennsylvania expedition, you actually do see the back of me from the picture that the one woman took there for the for this year's event,
Oh, okay.
and the possible juvenile track we actually did find. So we're going back to the area, and you know, so I'm looking forward to it. I might even consider. Apparently, I was also told that if you go on at least 3 expeditions or so, you might be considered becoming a BFRO member.
I don't know. I'm not sure how that all works.
Yeah, at least from what I talked about. So normally the organizer said, yeah, if you do around 3 expeditions, you can apply and then go from there. And honestly, I'm kind of excited about the idea about being a part of the BFRO because I've been wanting to be a part of it for ever since I learned about it.
Yeah, well, it depends on the um, like what your skills are, like what you're bringing to the table. Like if you're just like they want people with really solid outdoor backgrounds and really know like what's going on with like food sources and hunters and stuff like that. That's what they're really looking for.
Yeah, I mean I'm getting there. I bought um track like the low stuff for learning how to do for tracks and everything and tracking
Uh,
and more outdoor. And I've gone camping before, so obviously I'm not amazing, but I'm definitely getting there for sure. I mean, obviously, of course, I want to get in a little bit better shape before the expedition in August, but I'm if overall I just want to be able to like if I get to help people like talk about their stories of like, hey, I saw this thing, but like it may not be one that's really worth that doesn't get onto the actual website, but at least give people a voice to talk to someone about their encounter kind of thing, so I can help people out and everything. I mean, I like to at least know that I know what I'm talking about, but I mean, you know. I think I like to think I do, but hopefully other people will be like, wow, you're really smart and intelligent with this. Like, oh, thank you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. I guess. All right. Obviously, I think you've said in like on your guys' podcast before. Do you ever plan on ever going to any like paranormal Bigfoot events ever again, or is that time of year just like done?
I mean, maybe I'm not gonna say never, but no, I don't plan on going to any.
To Kentucky.
If I did, I mean, that's right. I would go. if I was to do something like that, it would be I'd probably have to go to Cryptid Con first, just because Jen and Lee.
Yes, please do. Please go to Kentucky so we
Oh
can
yeah,
have
I mean, it would
breakfast
be
together.
Kentucky, Tennessee. That's where I'd go.
Good, good. All right. All right. As long as we can possibly get you there, if we can get you for one of those, I'll be happy. So then we can have breakfast. And then
I'm
I got
doing a video one for Mel Scahan for the Yakima one this summer.
cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Let's see. So how let's see. So obviously, I've heard the story of your very first your encounter and everything else like that, and it's always just a cool story and everything. Do you how since then? I guess recently, yeah, because since then, how close do you think you've gotten to seeing one again, if you haven't already?
Since when?
Since your since your
My last one?
yeah your last encounter,
How close I think I've been to seeing one?
or you think just you got to one in general, even if you didn't see it.
Like, well, I mean, I had last let's see, last May I definitely had them around me. They were knocking and whistling and stuff, and just
Cool.
yelling. I mean, that was. I mean, they were within a couple hundred yards.
Wow. And even though for as many times you've heard them and the few times you have seen them, do you still get a rush from just knowing that you know that they're there?
Absolutely, of course.
God, I remember when on the one BFR on the first BFRO expedition that we did on the very last night, we got a good solid Ohio howl, and it was good. I was like, "Holy crap!" And then of course right after that's when all the coyotes started going off. So I'm like, "Okay, there was something behind that. The coyotes are going."
Right. Yeah.
Which that was so cool. And then unfortunately the last BFRO expedition I went to, we it was rainy and foggy at night, so sound didn't really travel well. So if there was anything around in that area, they didn't hear us, and or we didn't hear them, which is unfortunate when it comes to fog. And of course our therms couldn't puncture through the fog. So if there was anything nearby and it wasn't within like 50 yards, we couldn't see it.
Right. Yeah, it sucks. That's always a bum out. But that's part of the drill.
That yep, 100% agree. You could do all the planning in the world, but if they're just not there, they're not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing you can do about that. So obviously, I know this one's a bit of a touchy subject right now because obviously I've seen Matt's Slate talk about it and Matt Moneymaker's voice about it, and say if you want to talk about as much or little as you possibly can, but what is your current thought right now about the new PG stuff that everyone's been talking about for the past couple of weeks?
Can't say until I say it, until I see it, really. But um, I mean, I don't have anything new to add. Just I think that the film speaks for itself, and Bill Munns's analysis and other people's analysis. That they're trying to say that that footage was the nail in the coffin, this found footage, but everyone knew Roger was making documentaries, and he had bought a gorilla suit to do stuff with. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Hieronymus, they still said that shot was taken in one, that the PG film was taken in one take. That Hieronymus was so good at, he was such a spectacular athlete that he was able to, um, you know, do this walk across that sandbar with giant fake floppy feet on, wearing a gorilla suit that he can't see out of because he wouldn't be able to see out of it really, and like looking back over his shoulder, like, and getting that foot up like with a 90-degree bend at the knee. I mean, it's just, there's so much to it, and it just doesn't. It just sounds like, like I'm not buying the guys. And then as far as Clint goes, his son, uh, yeah, I don't. He's kind of a weird dude. I mean, um, he was super bitter at his dad for like abandoning them when they were, uh,
Oh,
not abandoning, but just not there for him.
Yeah.
when he was a kid.
Yeah, because when I was seeing all the news about it, of course, yeah, obviously, I can only go so much from the information that I have and everything. But I'm just like, God, like, I really hope it's not fake. 'Cause obviously, of course, there's no way of really knowing. Well, we like to think that we know for sure that this was real and everything, but now all this like people now like questioning it a little bit. It's like, oh gosh, goodness, kind of thing. But I guess I'm in the same boat as you. Like obviously, I'll make a full decision when I see it, and see if it is legit or is it something else? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, Bob still says no, it's real.
Yeah, because I could be incorrect, but wasn't he offered like $1 million one time to say that it was fake, and he said no, it wasn't fake.
Um, he got offered. Well, I actually was the guy that went to him with the offer from the production company. I think they offered him. They said $500,000 to go take the lie detector test, and if he passed, he would get 400,000 or something. And then, but he just didn't trust it. You know, he's just like, I mean, I get what he's saying because he had passed a polygraph test. But like people don't know that, but he did pass a polygraph test. But he when he was in like Greg Long's book, and like everyone keeps trying to bring up this thing about the stolen plywood, and Bob was, like this dirt bag that stole this plywood. It was total BS. It was this guy borrowed his truck, and Bob drove him over there so he said it was his stuff from the work site. So Bob went and picked it up with him, and then when the sheriffs came and talked to Bob, after talking to him for like a couple hours, they had to bring him into the station and all that. He left there with an offer to be a volunteer deputy sheriff, and he did. He became one of their lead guys in their search and rescue and a volunteer deputy sheriff. So I mean, if
Wow.
he was like some scumbag thief, they wouldn't have offered him a job.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as of as of right now, like many others, I believe the PG film to be real. That shows a female Sasquatch, walking across, and getting a good look at them, and giving us the whole, side proportion view that has just been, so well known for everything Bigfoot merchandise and statue and everything all over the world just from that one pose. Like I think I've even heard you guys even talk about this at one point. Like what would the pose like if what if she did another pose? Like, would we like that be the pose? Would we have ever gotten
Yeah.
this? Like, I think that's just a
Well,
funny idea.
yeah, for sure.
Like, what would the pose have been? Would it have been like her like doing something else? It's like, it's crazy that just a simple pose did all of this for just like this is the view of Bigfoot that everyone goes with.
Yeah, it's a trip. I mean, I've thought about that for years, like how just serendipitous it was, of like certain things coming together like that, and then how that just became like the thing. I mean, that's the iconic. That's what everyone associates it with.
Yeah, like I've even like I even just where I'm sitting right now in our apartment, one, two, three, four, five. I got like five or six Bigfoots that are just in six, seven. I've got a bunch of Bigfoot stuff, just like different little statues and clocks and a wooden little hanging thing I got on my wall of just that pose. So it's just so funny how just that simple thing just did so much.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but what's been going on with you in your life recently? Anything like how are you doing? Everything else going well?
Um, yeah, yeah. No complaints at all.
And how's your job doing?
It's a job. I'm working with a really troubled kid now. Like one of the most troubled kids they ever had. But he's a good-hearted kid, but he's just got no executive control function, and has a pretty horrific background.
Mm.
So it's really challenging.
Well, hey, if anyone could do it, I know it could be you, Bobo, because I know you're following in Fireball's footsteps.
Yeah. Well, they do call me the miracle worker at school working with the kids.
Do they really?
Yeah, I mean, it's an exaggeration, but I broke through with a couple boys that were hard cases, but it's because it's all women in there. Like it's all women, and like the boys, they need a dude sometimes, especially like the dudes that are really dudeish,
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, of course, if they would respond a lot better to a guy instead of a woman, like someone who'd be able to understand them better and just like know,
Right?
like know where they're coming from, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
it is pretty, yeah. So it is pretty cool that now I now finally have an address for you. Ha 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 ha. I will definitely not use this in any malicious intent at all whatsoever. I was like, I got this. I got your phone number. I got email now. I got all the ways to track you now. And I'm like, yes, I finally have a connection to this man.
you guys were able to get a hold of me.
Yeah, but like Facebook at the time, Facebook was the only way I had to, and even then, obviously, Facebook was always, not guaranteed, kind of thing.
I'd get so many messages, like just with this Bob Gimlin thing popping up. Like I get just so many messages. Like, dude, I'm catching up on some Facebook, like my public page, the Finding Bigfoot page, and it's like, dude, I've got so many tens of thousands of messages that I do go back and like sometimes they're like 3 or 4 years old. I'll be like, I'll write to the person saying, hey, I don't know if you're still, like whatever. Like I'll just answer like as much as uh, if it's something short, because people ask me like ridiculous stuff. Like they basically they'll send me like a block of questions that would literally I have to write like 4 or 5 books to answer all these questions. It's like,
I bet you probably get bombarded with some legitimate questions, and then the most like the hell kind of question is this kind of thing.
oh, I mean, most of them are just like if that's why I quit posting too, is because I'd people would ask questions, I'd go back and answer, then no one would look back. Like if I'm going to comment or ask a question on someone's page, I'll look at the previous, see if anyone else asked it and it got answered already. Like, and no one does that on my page. Like,
No.
and then if I go back and if I don't answer them like within 24 hours, it seems like they never even look. Like it just like I'll go back and do all these comments and no one saw anything. Like no one clicked on it, they saw it or acknowledge it.
Now the one that I have for you, is this your public or private one?
I'm not sure which way. They all come into the same mailbox now.
Do they? Okay, yeah, because I have your James Fay one with you wearing your Gone Squatchin' hat.
Yeah, that's my personal one, but I don't use that really.
Okay. Hey, but hey, I got your phone number, so I'll be more than happy with that. Oh, so when the first or second time I saw Cliff in Kentucky, I made sure I have my own green Gone Squatchin' hat. Obviously, of course, I had to get a green one to match yours as well, but it's like one of my go-to hats a lot of time whenever I go out. I got like these nice Hawaiian, like the Hawaiian T-shirt, Bigfoot's on them and everything. I wear the green Gone Squatch hat, and
Has
that
anyone ever
that
made a comment? Has anyone ever made a comment to you like, know what it was?
a few people have. Yeah, obviously my family and stuff like that are like, oh, there's
Like
Mike and
going
his
on the
Bigfoot stuff.
street?
No, nothing too crazy. I might get the occasional person like, "Oh, nice shirt," kind of thing, but nothing like we spark like a discussion about Bigfoot like for a couple hours or anything like that. Nah, nothing like that. Unless I get lucky, I normally have to travel to certain parts of Pennsylvania and New Jersey to get some of those people. But that's when it's one of my favorite. It's like one of my favorite hats I wear besides my BFRO hat.
Right.
But the Gone Squatching hat is my personal favorite, and it all started with the green one that you wore. And is it true that your green one is in the one you wore for the show? Is that in the Cryptozoology Museum?
Yeah, Lauren Coleman's.
Yeah, Lauren Coleman's.
Yeah, I mean it was one of them. I mean I had a lot of them, but that was the one I probably wore the longest.
Oh, okay. Because I remember hearing about your during one of your ads for the hair growth. They're like, Bobo, do you still wear that hat? It's like, oh, it's in the museum. I'm like, oh, that's where that hat went.
Yeah, yeah. I had to give something to Lauren.
That's cool. Yeah, that's another place on my bucket list is to go visit the Cryptozoology Museum.
You're
But
not
I've
too
heard,
far from there.
I'm not, but it has moved a bit more into farther into Maine, I believe. From like I think I saw something about like he's like doing he's like a remodeling and moving it somewhere else into Maine. But it's not. It's like that would definitely be like I said a weekend to go there because it's not far, but definitely a weekend trip for sure. But it's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah, because that's another that's a been place I've wanted to go forever because I've seen the Mothman statue in West Virginia and I slapped that statue's butt. That's what I was told you do. For good luck, you go up in there just
Fuck
just
the Mothman. I hate that thing.
really? You like Mothman?
No,
Why? What did Mothman do to you?
he's a punk.
I mean, sure. I mean, like obviously, if you had to go between Mothman and Bigfoot, obviously Bigfoot wins that, for sure.
Hands down, dude. It's like it's not even close.
Not even close.
That's just
uh,
some paranormal, like just it's not a cryptid. It's a some paranormal thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of the theories I heard about that. Well, it's more paranormal than like physical kind of thing. But I mean, hey, I like the mystery at least and everything like that. So it makes this world a bit more fun. But obviously,
Did you
Bigfoot.
hear Doug Hycheck on our show, our podcast, when he told that he saw one?
Might have missed that one. I have to go back and check that. But and unfortunately, also too, when me and my we were supposed to be going to Kentucky this past November, but unfortunately, we ran out of money and couldn't afford to go. And unfortunately, that's when oh god, I can't believe I forgot his flipping name. Um, the guy that's doing the Bigfoot DNA, Darby.
Yeah, Darby.
Yeah, the DNA evidence. He was there he was going to be there at the convention, and I don't know if he revealed anything that he got from his study, and I've been very interested to hear about that when the time comes for him to reveal his findings.
Right.
That's gonna be something that's gonna be really fascinating when that finally does come to play.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, because I know DNA evidence takes time, especially if you want to get it to be correct and accurate. But the good stuff comes to those who wait.
Yep. And we're
That's
gonna
why.
have to wait, whether we like it or
Yeah,
not.
whether we like it or not, that is exactly it. But I'm willing to wait for something this
Unless
for the
someone steps up with like $5 to $10 million and like funds the whole thing, like so we can just go like fast.
yeah. But I mean, the good stuff comes to those who wait, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, it happens to be the case a lot of time, but it's not guaranteed.
No, it never is guaranteed. But we still got fingers crossed. Still, you never know.
Yep. Yep.
So, do you believe you ever? Because I know you guys get asked sometimes, like, oh, if besides Bigfoot, like, what other cryptid do you like or anything else like that? Do you think you ever encountered anything besides a Bigfoot?
Yeah, I mean, we saw that Lake Kinsua in Pennsylvania. We saw that whatever that thing was, like um, going through the water, chasing carp, like 3 foot carp jumping out of the water, like flying in front of it, like just leaping out of the water. And I saw it. I mean, it looked like when people talk about like a lake serpent or something. That's what it looked like. I'm guessing it was some kind of giant eel, but I don't know.
Hmm. Interesting.
And then
Now,
I got a glimpse of that thing, like the black cat, the black panther in Michigan.
really?
Like they were all saying, "Look, look, look!" And then I looked up and I saw it as it was going out of view. Like it was on the very edge of the headlight. They saw it more in the headlight light. When I saw it, it was like barely on the. I mean, I didn't see any details. It was just a blackish gray, low to the ground, like darting into.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, that's pretty cool though. Hey, I might have saw a UFO at one point when I was younger. I me and my brother saw like this bright green flare like thing in the sky, but not like any place where someone would easily shoot a flare. Like this was above like a bunch of buildings and everything, so there'd be no reason for someone to shoot a green flare like that. But it lit up the entire sky and then just gone. Who knows? If I could
yeah,
definitely
I've
say
seen
I'm.
UFOs a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, UFOs are fascinating. I'd rather obviously see the little pilots of them, but I mean, seeing anything UFO would be kind of crazy. Yeah, because we do you remember last year or so the drone craze that was
Oh
happening on the
yeah,
East Coast?
of
Yeah,
course.
we unfortunately I never saw one, but she did. She saw one. She was actually driving home one time. She's like, Mike, I saw one of the drones. I'm like, did you really? He's like, yeah, it's like 10 minutes from our place. Like, holy crap, that's kind of crazy. But that was a whole crazy thing when that was all a thing.
It was a lot easier to wrap your mind around. It was just little green men coming from outer space, and now with the whole um, USV and like they're probably from here, like they or whatever, like like all that kind of stuff. It's I don't know, dude. I just don't trust. Like I think they're gonna use it for a big psyop thing. That's why the government's like releasing this stuff. Slowly. I think it's gonna be there's gonna be a big psyop campaign with all that.
I mean, we'll see someday. Yeah, I'm with you that I enjoyed them more being the fact that they were just little green men or just little gray men or something like that. Now it's like all this other extra stuff. I'm like, all right, whoa, let's dial it back a little bit. Dial it back. Let's not go too far from it and everything.
Yeah, I can't wait to see James's next documentary from. He's doing a follow up on Varinga.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh, that's pretty cool.
yeah, totally.
Uh, yeah, but oh yeah, so goodness gracious, my brain, I just had it. Oh yeah, so kind of going back a little bit to when you with your documentary that you did with Mark, and that he had his encounter that he saw the two running in front of
Yeah,
his car when I had him when I was interviewing him, he was actually telling us that story for the first time, and he actually like personally sent to me his actual like field notes from that
yeah,
event. He
yeah. I
sent the
got
whole
I got copies of all that stuff.
Yeah, he sent to me and he showed me like the picture that he drew of the two of them, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like that. Like when he was telling the story, my jaw was just open the entire time when he was telling that story. I'm like, wow, that is what a crazy, what an amazing, just quick second encounter that you saw, just boom, done. And like I'm obviously envious of him as all hell because he
Oh,
saw two of them.
dude, that was probably the closest. You asked me when was the last time I came closest to seeing one. It would have been on that trip.
Really.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of them walked up to me in the daylight when I was in my tent because the mosquitoes were so bad. It was about an hour and a half till darkness, and it walked up. And I thought it was Mark because Mark's such a madman. He's just,
He is.
I mean, dude, like he was um, he's so raw, dude. Like he's such a beast out there, and like just there's no there's no um like he doesn't care. Like he'll like walk like it's freezing out. He'll just walk right through the creek. Like if there's metal detector things telling him to go this way, he'll go that. Like he doesn't even think about it. Like and then he'll walk through like chest deep water, and it's gonna be like 20 degrees that night, and he's got no other clothes. He just doesn't even care. Like he just tromps through like tons of poison oak, whatever, dude. Like
I know.
and
I love Mark. He's one of my best buds. I love that man so much. He's
me
so
too.
funny. He's wild and great and everything. And
He's the best.
like the first time when I met him in Kentucky, the last night we were there, he gave me a big old giant bear hug. It's like, oh man, it's like Mark, I hope we can be friends with you one day. It's like, Mike, we're friends right now. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite people of all time for
yeah,
sure.
and the fact that he can go to Ape Canyon still is still amazing.
Yeah, because he's no spring chicken.
No, and yet he's like, oh, let's go down there. Whee!
Well, plus when he's out in the woods, he's just like he's living off of cigarettes, red wine, and like a little bit of like junk food. Yeah, he had more red wine than water with him.
Well, that makes sense. When we were in Kentucky and he had like 2-3 glasses of wine. It's like, okay, Mark, you have a taste.
Yeah, he's like a medieval guy. Like water, drink wine and grog and beer. Like
I could definitely see him being like the king of his own like little kingdom. Is like it's like more wine. It's like
yeah.
it's like yes, King Mark, yes.
Because we got some great stuff for that documentary. We got some great stuff with his family, and yeah.
And is that some of the footage that you lost?
No, we got most of that. It was more of the stuff up in the mountains. Some of
Okay.
the family stuff got messed up, but for the most part, it's that stuff came out. That stuff came out great too, dude. Like it was just as much about Mark as it was about the the whole the miners and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Mark's even saying it. We've even seen ourselves that we love it, the fact that his wife is literally just a female version of him.
She's so epic, dude. She's the coolest lady ever.
Yeah, she looks epic as all hell. When we were watching the Small Town Monsters documentary, I was like, oh my god, it literally is a female Mark.
Um, yeah, she is. She's just so they're both so quick to laugh and just so loving and like open and generous and honest and down to earth.
That's why he's like one of my favorite people. He's just a great guy.
He is. He really is.
Yeah, whenever yeah, he even told me that when the time comes for me to start like actually like making my book and everything, that he'd be more than happy to read it, give me some notes about it, and maybe even get me in contact with the right people to get it made. I think even Matt Pruitt said he would help me out a bit with some of that stuff. If you ever needed like any quotes or anything like that. So
Cool.
I've got plenty of awesome people behind me to help get this thing rolling if I ever need the help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to get it done too, because I want my idea to get in people's hands, and like I would love it to get in your guys' hands, and for you to be like it's like Mike, I'm gonna tell you this now, this is the most epic book ever. I know
Well,
my
I'm gonna give you an honest review, so you might not want to ask me unless you're sure it's really good.
okay. I'd want only the most honest review from you, Bobo. I wouldn't want anything else.
Dude, I think most books people write are suck.
Well, I will do my best for it to not suck, but I'll have she's gonna do a lot of the she's gonna do a lot of the grammar work for me and everything else like that, because my grammar is not good at all. So she's definitely gonna help a lot with that, and she'll
That's key.
make sure that it's actually good English and good grammar.
That's key.
And of course, I'll try to get any pictures or anything like that. It's not. I don't want it to be anything fancy. Just to here's the information. Go crazy. And I'm not even doing it just to make a profit or make any money from it. I'm just doing it just for fun and just cause just I want to have fun with it.
Right. Yeah. If you're not having fun, what's the point?
Yeah, because obviously especially with the podcast and everything, I'm not doing this to get rich or be famous or Lennon, don't hit the mic, cat. Come
Oh,
on.
you're getting rich. Don't try to hide it.
No, I'm not trying to get rich, Bobo. I'm not one of those people that
You
tries to
already
do that.
have. I know this podcast is making you a millionaire.
God, I wish it was. Yeah, my 60 subscribers are making me a millionaire.
You got 60 subscribers.
I do.
Dude, that still puts you like in the top. I mean, that puts you ahead of like 80% of other podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm hoping someday that I'll at least get this on the Apple, because obviously I know with YouTube, most people are like, oh, Mike, you get on Apple? It's like, I'll see if it's worthwhile for me to actually like make at least a little bit of money off of this, so that I can put it onto Apple, where I have to pay for it.
Right.
Because
You have to
obviously,
pay to put it on Apple,
I believe so.
unless
Or it's
unless you're bringing in a lot of viewers and they pay you.
Yeah, or it's like one of those things that it's free up to like a point, and then anything after that, you either have to delete the older episode or pay.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's where, because I think I even tried it on Spotify once, and it was like, okay, you can put 5 episodes in. Ooh, you want to put a sixth one on? Ooh, you have to delete the older one or pay. So I could only have like five at a time.
That's why also that's the other reason I quit doing Facebook, dude. Was they were trying to charge me like every time I wanted to put a post up, they wanted like $40 or $60.
The heck?
Yeah, and then when I had a couple really popular posts, when I went to post something else, like later that week, they wanted $200 to put up the post.
Two
But
hundred.
people would, I mean, I could put it up, but no one would see it.
What were you posting?
Just whatever, like what was going on in Bigfoot world, like comment, like maybe an article or something that someone that I had a comment on, or
Jeez, oh, that's silly.
yeah,
But yeah, so I'm hoping, because this podcast this is just a passion project for me. I'm just doing this just to have fun because I know I love cryptozoology, Bigfoot obviously, of course, the most, but just the whole just in general, I just cryptozoology and just Bigfoot, just my passion, my life. I love it, and
how many episodes have you done?
this will be 42.
Okay,
There would have been a lot more, but I kind of took a break for like some part of last year. But now I'm trying to get back into it again, and try to do them like every other week while I'm also writing the book in between.
right.
Yeah, because
Gotcha.
because I would like to get the book out there and hopefully because we actually do paranormal events as vendors. We
Okay.
the one where I met Dr. Meldrum last year for the first time. We're actually vendoring at it this year, and Adam Davies is going to be there, so it'll be nice to see him again.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I met him the first time we went to Kentucky, and he was just another amazing guy that I was on my list of like people I wanted to meet, and then I
He's a
finally
good
met him.
fellow.
Yeah, and he's wished me a happy birthday a few times too, because
What a nice guy.
yeah, he is, but obviously, of course, no one matches the power of the Bobes,
Oh
obviously.
God, he. I don't know about that. Mark
Come
Marcel
on.
is way nicer than me.
If anything, I would tie you and Mark together at
No way, he's
least.
ahead of me, dude.
Really, ahead of you, Bobo?
Yes, to be totally honest and fair, he's much more than me.
I mean, hey, you called me my birthday, so I consider that a high thing.
Only because your girlfriend gave me the number.
Still though, yeah,
That
she
doesn't
would.
mean I call it because you're my bro, but I mean, she's the one that facilitated it.
Yeah, she actually told me she was actually worried that you wouldn't because you never really responded back. She was like, oh God, I hope it does it." And then when I went out, because we were actually eating at her uncle's place, and I ran outside. She's like, "Oh my God, Bubba just called me," and apparently she was like, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." And then I went outside, called you, where we talked for a few minutes, and then she was like so excited, like, "Did he actually call you?" He did. He's like, "Ah!" She was so excited that she got that to work. She was like, I was like, honestly, that was like the best birthday gift I ever got.
Wow, cool. Glad you liked it.
Of course, I mean, obviously now I can send you little Bigfoot stuff like whenever. Obviously, of course, like I haven't. I will never abuse the fact that I have a direct connection to you. Obviously,
Don't send me any AI like
no,
cartoony things.
no, of course not. If anything, I'd probably send you like maybe like a funny Bigfoot meme or something like that. If anything, or just something silly. Obviously, of course, I would never. Because a bunch of this AI stuff, especially with like paranormal stuff, is getting so.
Oh, you know, the memes and all that shit.
Yeah. Because I've always had this thing that when the time comes when we finally get that good footage of Bigfoot, clear, undeniably, you can't mistake it kind of thing, it's always be one of those things like it's too perfect to believe, kind of thing.
Right.
So what happens when we do get that really good footage and just everyone just believes, oh, it's too good, it can't be real, kind of thing. It's like, let's just go with the grainy footage of the PG film and the Freeman footage. It's like that's like some of the best footage out there. Yet the quality of it is not the best. But like what happens when we do get the best and no one believes it because it's too good?
Right.
It's
Well,
like,
they can. That's what I thought, but I guess if you have the raw files, like if you have the whatever you recorded on, and you got the original files, they can show that is legit or not.
okay, yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of AI videos are now pretty like noticeable these days. Like, okay, I
Yeah,
can
I
clearly
can
tell.
tell.
But yeah, that's so funny. But anything else going on with you? Like, what's next for you?
Um, well, this guy, he was saying he wants to come pick me up to take me out to his squatch spot. He's got his own jet, whatever, and he's a really interesting guy actually, and he knows his stuff. I mean, he's he's there couldn't be a better there isn't a better person knowledge wise and equipped and like with the financial resources and the knowledge to put it all together to get footage. Like he's going all in.
Where's well,
Upper
what state?
Midwest.
Upper Midwest. Okay.
Yeah, I can't say he's totally under the radar. Like no, I'm the only Bigfooter that actually knows him.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's pretty neat. Hopefully, all with all the work that he's putting into it, hopefully he gets he gets something out of it.
He will, dude. His setup is insane. He's got a because where he's encountering them, they they uh they stay behind like these, there's thick berry bushes through there, and the whole just it's they come up real close to that. But he just built. He's a machinist, and he built and an engineer. He's got postgraduate degrees in engineering, and but he's also a fabricator. Like he's a hands on guy,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he built like it's got a 32-foot periscope that goes up out of the middle of the van that it's on a pan and tilt, and that's what I'm going about. I'm going to help him with the cameras and stuff and thermals, what to use, because he's got a couple $100,000 just to throw it on the top of the periscope.
Wow. Holy.
Yeah, so
Kind of.
it's gonna be he's gonna have what it takes to get the results.
God, I had that kind of money to blow. It's like I'm just gonna go buy $100,000 thing to put in my van for Bigfooting. I wish I could do that.
Oh, the van's dope, dude. It's like a CIA spy van. It's got a control center. It can sleep. It can take three people out and everyone's sleep. It's got three bunks. It's got bunk beds. It's a Ford E450 van that's been it's dope. 4-wheel drive. It's pretty sick.
And when are you going out to do this?
I think like in 2 weeks. We're not sure yet exactly. It depends on the weather and uh, the scheduling and all that.
Of course, yeah. And I guess now, if anything does happen during this, are you guys like being like hush hush about it, or like will you like are you like say so like oh we had stuff happen, kind of thing?
No, we well, we'd probably keep it hush hush until we got, we wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize the we wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize the spot and like, ruin it for future studying there.
Of course. Hmm. Well, hopefully something does happen. Obviously, if anything interesting does happen, let me know because obviously, I always love hearing all the cool, interesting stuff that happens. Share stories among friends, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably keep it down until like we were ready to come out with some of the footage. Like, because we were talking about it, we'd probably you know not say anything for a couple of years and see what we can get over that couple of years. Because he's not looking to make money on it. He just wants to document them and get information.
Of course, yeah, and I think that's how. Like I'm the same way too with all that. Like you get it for the information, not to make anything out of it, kind of thing. And I think that's a lot of people. I think everyone should be like that, and most people are. But
Well, I mean,
oh, excuse me.
if there's the footage is there, I mean, I mean, if you can, you know, monetize it, which people are going to do, like it's going to get monetized. I mean, people are going to like repost it, like and if you do like, I mean, it's gonna get posted all over the web. There's gonna be people that are gonna, there are gonna be people that try to monetize it. So if that's gonna happen, may as well do that yourself,
Yeah.
and then put the money back into the research.
Mm-hmm.
Just get more and more equipment, and
Yeah.
other spots to do it.
Yeah. Just get more stuff to just make it easier and everything, and that's. I hope it does go well, and hopefully something happens, or you get like you get the shot, or the whatever, or at least something, at least like you'll be satisfied with.
I think we're going to do. Like, I mean, maybe not when I'm there like this. I mean, well, we're not even going to have the cameras all hooked up on it when I go there. We'll have something up there because it's got a 20-inch by 20-inch platform that's pan and tilt, and so that's what we're looking to put on the best thermal and night vision and daytime cameras we can get up there. And then he's such like a perfectionist, dude. Uh, the turret on the periscope is -8, um, -8 on the decibel scale. It's like you can't hear it. The human ear cannot hear it. Like that's the problem is that the squatches are so jumpy on that kind of stuff, dude. Like any kind of like mechanical, like engine noise, electric little motor noise, or anything like that, just sends them running and hiding.
Yeah, because they're smart enough to know, like, ooh, that's not good. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully, if something does happen, you can at least share. I'll share a little bit, and hopefully, you know, hopefully it just works out. Hopefully, you have a good time too. That's the most important thing.
yeah. I mean, the most important thing is getting the footage, but yeah, have a good time while you're doing it.
Exactly. Bigfooting. That's all Bigfooting really is. Just having fun, and just if you get lucky, hey, great for you. If not, then at least you had fun time outdoors.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you doing with time, by the way?
I gotta get going pretty soon, actually.
Okay, well, how about we'll cut it here because on how my recording thing works, it needs like a little bit. It needs like a little bit of time afterwards to like sync up the audio.
Uh
But
huh.
we'll use a little extra time you have left to do that. But Bobo, it was a fantastic to finally have you here on the show, and I'm glad you were able to stop by and have a chit chat with me for a bit.
Yeah, Mighty Mike, it was good to be here.
All right, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed, Bobo and everything else like that. If you haven't already, follow many all the different sources of social media that he is on and everything. Watch replays of Finding Bigfoot. Support the hell out of this amazing person right here. And remember, keep your ears and eyes open for this story, the mysterious in store, because you never know what you'll find outside of your door. This has been Cryptid Talk with Mike Madden and our guest Bobo tonight. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe. Love you all.